realized that shit has never worked ever. Not once. Didn't do shit. They're kind of like, ow, mosquitoes. Get it off.
Yet
You
they
know?
still try every single time. But anyways, it's time to get started. So let's get going. For everybody did not know, we were just talking a little bit about a movie. Don't worry, no spoilers will be here today. But thank you for all those who come in today. I hope everybody's having a good evening. I do appreciate everybody coming by. And of course, this is the Bear Thoughts podcast here at Grumpy Beat Gaming at twitch.tv, or not Twitch, YouTube. There's no YouTube link for that one. That's kind of a weird link for that. But as always, I hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody's had a good time taking care of each other, loving each other during these times, and being good to each other. Thank you for all showing up. Corvo, glad to have you here today. We won't have Stealthy today, so you'll probably be here in another week or so. She's already put in the time, right?
Yeah, she's put in the time. She was supposed to get off at 6, so she may make a late appearance.
Yeah.
But
okay.
She's had a little bit of problem with long calls today, so.
Okay. Can you actually slide to your right? Yeah, because you're way off center, and it's like I don't want to make the camera go that way because when you move over to the left, you're out of frame a little bit. But anyways, so does Stealthy go with you? Did she go see the movie?
Yes.
Okay, so was she surprised at anything that happened, or was she like everybody else?
She enjoyed it, but she more enjoyed how much me and Rollover and the kids enjoyed it than the actual movie itself. She was cracking up at us because we look like little kids.
My wife won't see it. She's like, Mortal Kombat comes out, we'll go see that. Like even IMAX would be doing what's the movie, or not the movie, the anime. Demon Slayer is coming out with the movie in IMAX, so we might go see that. But,
really?
Yeah, Demon Slayer the movie. I have not seen it yet, and I
want to see that.
So that's coming out in IMAX, and then Mortal Kombat's coming out in IMAX. So she's okay with those movies, but Godzilla vs. Kong, she will not go see it. I'm like,
oh yeah, not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend is the weekend for Mortal Kombat, and we've already decided we're going.
Bro, I wish I would be with you. I really do. I don't want to. I want to go there, but at the same time, I don't want my wife to change her mind because I really want to go see that movie. I really want to go see that movie. But I had to see the Godzilla vs. Kong and other means. But I'm not upset with it. I would just like to have saw it in IMAX because literally when I go see the Mortal Kombat movie, I think it might be either my first or my second time at IMAX. I think actually my first time, it was I'm trying to think, it might have been with Avatar, not the last Avatar Airbender, it was Avatar, the other movie, but that one might have been a 3D showing, not a IMAX showing. So that might have been like back when 3D movies were still a big hit. Now, if Godzilla was in the IMAX 3D, would you more been interested to go see it in 3D?
Oh, I'd love to see it in 3D. I probably would have been ducking and weaving because I watched that movie and I could see some of that shit. If it had been 3D, I'd have been like, oh!
Yeah, especially when they came, well, not the spoilers here, but just when they came out and Godzilla was right there and he's like beaming it like dodge. You know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah.
They dodged.
Or when the debris from the scuffle was flying around.
Yeah. That would have been like, good moments.
Please don't hit me, Mr. Steel Girder from the building.
That would have been good moments. Okay, I had to say one part, though. Godzilla was a complete dick. When he came out of the water and smashed that bridge. Like, that was a complete dick move. Like, there was no reason for that. Godzilla's like...
I don't think...
What?
I don't know, man. I mean, you gotta... I don't want to give spoilers away, but... To me, he had good reason to be pissed off. And if we're going to be stupid, then fuck our bridge.
But those people on there, those living people, like, that's not the humans' fault.
Hey, he don't fucking know that.
He's all like,
he knows y'all fucking with shit you ain't supposed to.
He busted out of the water like, hey, I'm here. It's like, we know you're here. We don't need you to destroy. It's like a kid, right? He's like, you can come right to the door and say, hey, I'm here. Or you can just go, yeah, he kicked the door open. And that was him. He was like, just, I'm here. No shit, you're here. And you broke my door. So, good job. You could have just came in, just told me you're here. That's all you really needed. But no, he just broke the bridge. I'm like, man, that's a kind of a dick move. You're already showing enough buildings in movies as it is. You know, you can at least leave the bridge alone. Just saying.
Hey, if we're gonna talk about dick moves, the other side has some dick moves too. I mean, some of that shit wasn't meant to be stepped on or swung on.
No, that's true. That's true.
I
True.
mean, why you bullshitting?
Yeah.
Hey, here you are. You at work. The fuck? You know?
Right. That's. But of course, like in that kind of that universe, I would imagine like every tall building has to have like a drop chute elevator, like not even like a fucking bullshit elevator that goes slowly down and I don't even care like 5 to 10 people. No, I one that everybody gets packed inside and they just drop them like a bad habit.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're going to tell me, oh, these called kaijus or titans that are literally taller than our very tallest buildings that can literally just elbow check the building with no problem. We're going to set at the top of it? You better put me ground level. I'd rather get smushed and fall from a height.
What you bullshitting, bitch? I'm working from the park from my laptop with open space so I can see shit.
In the car. Oh, God.
In the car, crunk up and it running.
Oh yeah, but it was a good movie. That was a very good movie. If everybody's not seen it yet, go check it out. If you like kaiju, you like monster fights, you like that kind of stuff. Trust me, it's better than Godzilla 1, better than I would say even Godzilla 2, and King Kong movies are pretty good too. But this one definitely takes the cake. And if you did not watch our trailer reaction to it, I'll be sure to later on post a link right here. So go check that out right here. Go check it out and get our predictions before you go see the movie. No spoilers in it because we have not seen it. We just saw the trailer. And we're going to give our predictions and you see how many of us was right. And I was right. Let's put it down. There you go. So, so everybody did not know, Corvo, you have been building your storage room and streaming it online. Now, let me ask you first thing first. Did you get the recording?
I haven't got them all compiled yet.
So there was a recording. She coming in here like a bad. Y'all can't see her, but she coming in here like a bad habit. Like I'm here.
Boom, baby.
Everybody was in chat when they saw Stealthy. He's like, oh, Stealthy has legs and she has feet. We can see her. Because everybody's so used to seeing her from my chest up and then that.
Did you get better love? No. Oh, I'm sorry.
And everybody did very much enjoy the podcast. That was one of our, not the most viewed video, but it was second highest video on the podcast channel last week.
Yeah. No, it was like fourth when I seen it.
It was.
Then you hadn't checked it again.
Yeah, it's second now. So it went up a lot. So they enjoyed you. So you're a treat. But okay, so y'all have been building the storage. You got to get the pilot so you can get it to me so I can those who are here on the channel on YouTube. I'll be uploading it so y'all can just watch all of it. I'll be in a good time lapse. So hope you're gonna enjoy that. We just got to get it from Corvo.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Because I just thought about what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that about Stealthy has legs?
We never saw you with legs before. Normally it's always chest and up. We never see you actually full body, and you're walking around. I'm like, oh, she's a human being. She's showing herself. She's not hiding away, being shy.
Why is it all of a sudden Stealthy has legs?
I've seen him walk around. We've literally seen him walk to that back door and walk around that room.
Yeah.
So we've seen legs.
Anyway, he was asking me what your reaction to the movie was, and I told him that you more enjoyed watching me and Rollover look like a bunch of kids than anything.
For about 1/4 of the movie at the beginning, I was running back and forth trying to get popcorn
Oh,
and
that's.
snacks and drinks.
Y'all didn't get it beforehand? I guess the kid's like, I'm hungry now.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you how this worked out. So we stopped on the building, right?
Yeah.
We stopped on the building. We said, okay, we're gonna go take a shower, get ready to go down there. Now the whole time we're doing this building rollover, saying, oh, it starts at 7:45. It starts at 7:45.
So we're like, we
Got time.
got there.
We get to the town the theater's in. Is by the way, it starts at 7. What? It's just like 4 minutes from now.
By
So
the time we get
when
there,
we
it's like 7:13.
when we walked into the theater where we were sitting, the
Oh.
title had just flashed on the screen. I mean, like, we'd have been a minute late, we'd have missed part of the movie. So we went ahead and sat down with the kids, and she's like, well, you want me to go get popcorn and snacks? And we're like, sure, love. So yeah, she comes back with a
Oh wait, I have it.
rollover was so confused. Because
Yeah.
he's used to getting like a little thing of popcorn and a drink, right?
Did y'all get the special edition?
We sit stealthy, and she comes back with a bathtub of popcorn and a drink.
Is it a special edition like Deadpool?
No, it was just a giant fucking box. Oh, and she brought something else I'm going to show you that we're going to do in October during
Nice.
our stream.
Okay, so yeah, that's about the usual, the big size for everybody. Whose was that? Was that just one of the
This
kids?
was rollovers.
So that was yours, stupid.
No, this was mine. I'm sorry. And then she brought rollover one like this.
Uh-huh. Legos.
And then she brought us the giant drinks, and then she got the kids the little pack thing. So
Okay.
he was like, "Holy crap! We just killed a cornfield."
Or you just killed a whole month's worth of food because popcorn at a movie theater. Am I right? Everybody relates with that? You know what I'm saying here. Just price gouging out the wazoo. And okay, so what is this?
I'll show it to him in a minute.
I saw October. That's all
Yeah,
I needed to really.
It's something we're gonna have some fun with in October.
Okay, good. I will say real quick
Wait, how are you gonna do it in October if you're gonna be having to do one stream a week?
Well, whatever.
And there's 13 in it.
Okay, so whatever week we're on, we're gonna open all of the ones for that week on that stream. Like week 1, we'll do all of week 1's. We'll open
Okay,
them.
there's still a problem with that. So is this like the countdown to the 31st, or how are you gonna do it?
Oh, if it's 13 days, that's like at once a week, right?
13
No.
days divided by
Maybe.
2. If you do 2 weeks, it's about 2 weeks.
It's about 2 a week.
Because there's 31 days in October, which is basically 28 days. It's at least 4 weeks. So,
No, it's 3 a week, and then you have the
Bonus.
one, and then you have the bonus one on the Halloween weekend.
Okay, so it goes up to Halloween. Doesn't go up to only to the
Monday.
13th of Friday. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, you got the I'm sorry to break it up here. We're gonna go back a little bit. So you got the storage building up. Now, I was seeing you putting it up. I was there pretty much every single day, not on time, but I was actually surprised. I was there from the beginning to the end. A couple of them was like, oh shit, he just started. And I saw Mama Corvo. Hi, Mama Corvo. She's a human. Saw her. I'm like, and I saw Brother Man. I'm like, Brother Man. Don't know nothing about him.
All right, that's Mr. David.
Okay.
He lives next door.
All right.
For the first 2 years when we lived here, he was Soren's babysitter. He'd come over and watch him when we needed him to. So this man is like 80-something years old.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Did you see him walk through there with that tube of six under his arm like it wasn't shit?
Yeah, and of course also somehow high his jeans was, but hey, dude was strong. I'm like, God
Let me
dang
tell
it.
you something. I told him when we were toting that lumber, I said, hey, I hope when I'm your age, I can still do this kind of shit, because I ain't fucking with you.
He was about getting at it. I'm like, wow, okay. Brother man not willing to lay down and stop doing working. He just came over and started working. I'm like,
Well, he has a lot of love for us because when we moved in, we helped him with a lot of things. Like
Okay.
we literally found out what about 4 or 5 years after we moved in here, the man's been living over there with no hot water
Okay.
for years, and it wasn't because he couldn't afford to put in a new hot water heater. It was because the person he asked to come help him wouldn't come help him.
Oh, so one of those people. Like, oh yeah, I'll get to you. I'll get to you.
So me and Stealthy helped him put in a hot water heater at his house. Yes, please.
I'll be back.
Um, we helped him put in a hot water heater. I helped him put up a fence, a 6-foot fence around his property. It's been a tit for tat thing since I moved in.
So he's been paying it forward.
Yeah, so if he sees me doing something and he ain't got nothing to do, he'd be like peeking around the corner. Cause that's how I caught him. I looked up from the building. And looked back towards the front yard, and he was peeking around the corner of his property on the mine. I was like, "You can come on back here, Mr. David, if you want to." And boy, here he come, stroking. Yeah, it was like a true minute work thing. We had different people on different days showing up.
And Southie, you know you're more than welcome to take a seat and get on in here.
Do you see a seat anywhere for me?
I saw you pull a chair last time out of your ass, so do it again.
I didn't pull a chair out.
It's figuratively. Yeah, that word, figuratively. So go get
You can
another.
go grab it if you want to.
Dare you say I should pull it out my ass? My ass ain't that.
No.
No
it's
comment.
just right. Ow. Oh, babe. Oh. You know I like it when you bruise.
You bruise enough during work.
Yep. You want me to tell your son that you threw it?
I'll still throw it.
I know you will. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, so your storage building, I saw that it was like all in a box. What's it?
Yeah.
What
So it was a prefab kit. I built the floor.
Yeah.
And then I bought a prefab kit to put together. I'm going to tell you this now. That shit will never happen again.
I was looking at you like, he does not look like he's having a good time with this out of the box.
No, I wasn't, because it was one of those things where half of the shit was lined up like it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
and then half of it just wasn't. There wasn't nothing you could do about it.
Just a stubborn ass.
I was mostly like kind of surprised about the one time you did the little flimsy stuff, and he was having to like mold it around, I guess, for the water sealing of it. I'm like, that's a pain in the ass. And then,
Yeah, you're talking about, it's weather stripping. So it's basically like a rubber plastic little deal that you slide on the edge.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sucked.
Cause you just use like this pure like, I don't want to do this. And then I looked at the door. I'm like, that's a small door. That's a small door. You can't fit nothing in that dang building.
Actually, it's actually pretty large. It's
I saw you duck
it's
your
short.
head. I'm like, God dang.
It's short, but it's wide.
Yeah, wideness is nice, but I was thinking when you tell me you're building this thing, I'm thinking like you're gonna get the floor, you're gonna get the side railing, you're gonna get the side paneling, you're gonna get the roof for it, you're gonna get the roof shingles for it. I thought you were gonna go full on materials. Nope.
Yeah.
Pop out box.
Back in the day when I was growing up, it was all built out of wood.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I called myself not wanting to have to go through the process of having to weather seal the wood panels and all that shit.
Yeah. I know you wanted light, but dang.
So I bought the metal building because I was thinking, hey, it's metal. It's already painted, and it might last a little longer. But hindsight's 2020. The next time I build one, it'll be all wood.
So okay.
It will not.
I saw the foundation brick, or whatever you call it, the flooring that's underneath the building, right?
Right.
What's stopping for somebody if it's not screwed to that? What stops somebody from going back to your backyard and just picking it up and going with it?
Okay, so first off, if they can pick that bitch up, they're badass. Because it's not light.
It just didn't look like
All of that, all the lumber in the floor is pressure treated.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a poundage or whatever you call
There's
it.
there's some weight to it.
Yeah.
Um, but the whole purpose, the only way I could get my lovely wife to sign off on building this building was it had to be able to be mobile. That was your stipulation.
She's
Remember?
like, she'd be like my wife. I don't remember shit to the. Yeah, she remembers. But it feels like when I was looking down, like it looks like a good breeze could just. I'm like,
Yeah. No.
it looks
Once
so.
it's put together, it's much better.
It's very rigid when everything's put together,
It's not when it's not.
but it's all flimsy until it is.
Okay, because I like all the parts. Like when you're pulling it out of the box, I'm like, that stuff looks so thin and so little, like small parts. And
Lord's asking.
It's 14 feet long by 10 foot wide.
Is it by 10? Oh, we knew he was gonna eventually hit his head because I've done it. I don't know how many times. I'm pretty sure.
The sad thing is, like, I went 2 days without doing it. On the third day, I did it, and after that, it was every time I went through the door. Bah, bah, bah.
I told you that shit sucked.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm not surprised, really. I'm not. But I'm glad you got it done. Just well, it looks like it's done. Is it done?
It's got a few. It's got a. Do you want to get punched in the cap?
What's it missing?
Because I
Looks like
can see
it's
you
missing
stick
some
your head in that
rooftops.
It's got a few. It's got a few trim pieces that's got to be put on. The door's got to be put on. But
Sorry.
for the most part, it's pretty done. All the roof is at least screwed down on the top, except for the edges where the trim goes.
Yeah.
And the doors have to be put up.
Okay. Well, like the door, I was like, okay, the doors are. I knew that was coming because you want to get some heavy duty doors and you want to get a good not padlock, a good sensor lock on it. So that's be pretty nice.
Although,
My drink.
what you would have laughed at was did you see Zeus on the stream?
Zeus.
The dog.
Oh yeah, the dog. Yeah, the dog was having a lot of fun.
So he's like 90 pounds.
Yeah.
And when the first day we put the floor up, I had not finished shimming it, so it still had a little like bounce to it, you know?
Did she go and eat it?
So he got up there running around, he was playing around, he thought that shit was cool, it bounced. Well, day 2, Daddy eases out there and shims it up when he ain't looking.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes running his little ass across the yard and goes to jump on it and go springboard like he did the day before.
Yeah.
It didn't give, and he busted his ass face first and slid across that floor. And I had to sit down in the yard. I was crying, laughing so hard. And you know, like you said, you know how dogs are. Sometimes they have those facial expressions that just has just a little bit of that human look in it.
Yeah.
And he's looking at me like, "You fucking dick."
Why you trying to tell me, Daddy? I didn't know I was supposed to tell you. Whoops. But the sounds that dog was making the first day, he was not happy. It's like
Put up, and he didn't want to be put up, and then he
Yeah.
hurt himself.
he was not happy about it. I'm like, oh, poor puppy.
It's funny because he got let out, and then now he's decided he's an escape artist.
That's
Yeah.
all right, though. That worked out real good for him last night.
Yeah, I bet regret it.
He was pushing. We have a 10-foot panel
Yeah.
that we use as a gate, and inside of it is also a small door that you can step through without having to open the big gate.
Yeah.
Well, he decided he was going to be pushing on the gate, make himself a way to slip out.
Mm-hmm.
So while he was in the kennel, I went out there and took a ratchet strap and wrapped it around there and ratcheted it real, real tight. And in the dark, you can't really see the strap.
Yeah.
So I let him out. First thing he did was run full tilt at that gate to hit it with his head to get out, and the gate didn't move.
So he sprung
I looked
off a little bit.
I looked at it. I looked at him and I said, "Damn, you are like your daddy. You hard headed as hell, ain't you?"
uh, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it all turns out. I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to having that room that you're planning to clean it out so you can have that room. Are you planning to move like your setup to that room that you're going to be cleaning out, or like maybe you
What
clean one
uh,
room out
uh,
to
the
it?
plan is the room that Stealthy currently works in and I print in
Yeah.
is going to become Soren's room,
Okay.
and all the stuff that's in the open space is going to the storage building so that I could put my printing setup in there.
Okay.
Except for my piano.
Except for the piano. The piano is going to the living room.
But I'd say the piano cannot. I just.
Wasn't that piano supposed to go out to the storage?
Yes, it was going to go to the storage building, and then your husband walked over and grabbed it and had a flashback of what it was like to put it in this house
And
decided
went nope.
to hell with that.
You know,
Nope.
I had that today. I know I had that today. Let me tell you a little bit of this. So my wife has been doing a lot of research for a certain little companion, little pet we have in this house, our bearded dragon. Bearded dragon's been having a top-down feeding and top-down grabbing of it, which if you know anything about lizards, you don't want to make it think your hand is prey. So if you go reaching for it, it might get a little aggressive. So she's like, we gotta get a forward fronting tank for it. She's like, okay, when income tax, which we finally got the story about that. Finally got it in. We go get one. She's like, okay. And then she's like, we're gonna go get a new shelf for it too. I'm like, all right, sure. And she's like, you shoot all the research, get all the research, and we got the tank.
Okay.
Today, she got it home. We brought it upstairs. Yesterday, we went to Home Depot and bought the shelf. We brought that upstairs as well. So tank, then bookshelf or metal shelving, so heavy. Tank, 40 inches, heavy. I brought that bitch upstairs. And then I go to find out the front latch of the tank is broken. So she has to bring it back. So I bring that back downstairs and into the car. She comes home with a new tank. I bring that upstairs. Heavy. It sucked. We put it on the shelf. It's too small. She got the inner diameter was wrong. The outer diameter is correct, but the problem is that's where the pole goes. So it was supposed to be 36, but it's 36 including the poles, not 36 including the inner diameter. So we have to bring that back. We got a new one. We brought it home. I brought it upstairs. It's even bigger. It's 46 inches, 72 tall, metal. I had to put that bitch together. My tits were sweating. Okay, I'm just be honest with you. I had a little bit of that sweat. You know, women.
Hey, I had that starting Friday morning, and it didn't stop.
I'm like, oh.
For both of y'all.
I remember this heavy weight of going upstairs with this stuff on my shoulder. And of course, she goes, you know, like, you're the man. You can pick it up. I'm like, I thought women wants equal rights. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Ask him.
You pick it up because you're a man. Equal rights? I thought y'all want this.
See, I don't have that problem. What I get is this kind of shit. So Stealthy's at work.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the concrete setting blocks, and them bitches ain't like, just go ahead and tell you, them fuckers are solid concrete. There's no holes in them.
Yeah, I know.
So I toted them from the front of the house all the way to the backyard because I couldn't get the trailer in here. It's too sharp of a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Stealthy walks out the backyard, looks and says, why the hell didn't you wait on me to tote them fucking blocks? I'm like, because...
They would be paying. He did you
and
a solid.
Like, she's like, I don't care if you're a man or not. You can bullshit just like me.
Oh, they're not heavy. What was that? Nothing. That would be my response. Like, I would make a salad and turn around and act like nothing happened.
Rollover, he tripped me out. I'm back there working. Now, that box that you seen that had the building in it,
Yeah.
it was heavy as shit
Well,
when
yeah.
all of it in it. They loaded it on my trailer with a fork truck.
Not
Okay.
surprised.
I'm back here working and I'm starting to miss Rollover. I said, where the hell did he go? He picked that fucking box up and set it up on the side of the trailer. Alone.
He's a
I
tall
looked at him,
fucker.
I said, you must not be wanting to have kids. He said, no, I just don't want mine to get so big like yours that rub holes in the middle of things.
Goodness gracious. No, that's a little much, but not surprised. God dang it. Seems like you're having a good time.
We about murdered him that night with his mom.
Oh my God. They had me crying and laughing.
Your mom was just like, she was like a, what was it, not an informant. She was just standing there. I'm like, she's surely watching really good. She's watching really good. Hands behind the back, just, that's really nice.
I want to hear shit. Somebody texting me in the middle of, what you doing? What the fuck you mean I'm doing?
You were just sitting there. They I was watching for like 10 minutes. Like, what is she doing? She's just sitting there. She can start doing something. She's still sitting there. Are you gonna do anything?
She was actually doing something.
You want to know why? It was 124 fucking screws and washers.
Oh God.
She was counting out all the screws and washers that we needed and reading over the directions to make sure that when my dumb ass went to putting it together, it wasn't backwards.
42, 43.
On the back section.
Whoopsie.
It worked.
Yeah, you had to make it work.
It worked. It worked in the end. Well, I built something myself this week, but I can't show it yet because I kind of screwed up. Let me give it a little thing here. As you know, I'm making those sound dampening panels, right?
Right.
Okay, so I had the wood.
Yeah.
I go to make it, and my nails were too short, so that sucked. So I could buy some new nails. But the problem is,
you quit playing with my ponytail.
But then I go to put together. I forgot to count the outer diameter of each piece of wood. So I had to cut like a little inch by inch on all of them because I was putting the wood together, so I wouldn't do it at a 90. I thought I would do it at 90 at first, but then for like, well, this wood's way too thick. There wouldn't be enough meat to actually grab onto it. So I did a stack on. But I forgot the stack of the wood would add a couple inches to it. So I screwed up like 4 or 5 times. And I'm like trying to record this. And I'm like walking in and out of the room that I'm recording in, going, I'm not going to go get a hammer. Now I got to go get a nail. Now I got to go get my safety glasses. I kept doing that all day. And then I started putting nails together. And the thing just falls apart like a piece of junk. I'm like, what's going on? I looked at the nails. They're barely peeking through the wood. I'm like... So badly to say, I'm not a very good carpenter, but I got better nails, so now it's good. But boy, howdy, it did look janky. It looks janky. I'm not a carpenter. I did carpeting, but I did not do framework at all. So that framework was not my thing.
I was looking at this building after I got into using that prefab kit, and I thought to myself by the end of the second day, if I'd have been building this shit out of wood, it'd be done by now.
How much? Okay, can I ask you how much after? Let's just say after materials, either from the kit or from materials yourself. How much did it cost you?
Altogether, floor and
yeah,
$1,259.99.
$1,200 and
$59.99.
I don't know, but like near us, there's these Mormon people that build like storage buildings for cheaper than that.
Now here, if you went to one of our Mormon people or one of the Dutch barn people, it would be probably 2 to 3 times that.
Wow. I guess
then again, it's much larger and a lot heavier.
Yep.
Okay, well.
The problem is one of the biggest problems with buying a pre-built building here is because the way our yard is, there's no way in hell they could have got a trailer back there to unload it.
I'm about to say, like, Mormons, they could build it like one day. They're so dang fast at putting stuff together. Or not, Mennonites, or I forget. Like, they're just so dang fast putting up a building. Might as well be a pop-up. You know, I was thinking that too. I'm like,
him who decided to quit each day.
Who quit? Like, other than the darkness that you could not see after 2 of the days. Like,
I was the one. I stopped. I was the one that said when we stopped each day.
yeah, one day is like, well, he's ending really early. Like, yeah, we're stopping. We're gonna have some fun. I'm like, all right, go have some fun.
But that was the movie.
That was the movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That was the time you should have ended.
Finished up, but we wanted to watch the movie, and the boys did too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for that. I'm like, wow, they're ending early. And of course, you streamed on Monday. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be at work?
I took a day off. That was a vacation day.
I noticed that. It's like, he's not supposed to be here right now. He's supposed to be at
Oh,
work.
don't worry, the internet went out.
Yeah, internet went out, so she had like an hour that she got to come out and help too while we were waiting for the internet to come back.
Which, by the way, I still haven't gotten that email, which means I need to send that to my boss.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure there's nothing you can do. You're working at home. Like, there's
Just go on up to the utility place with this and shank the bitch and get it over with. That's what you want to do.
Man, I almost got very okay. I tried to stream
yours. I have my own.
Anyways, I try to. We're not advocating for doing that kind of stuff live on stream where people can watch this recording. We're not advocating for this. We're just joking. We're joking. Anyways,
it's a joke.
No, we are joking.
Yeah,
it's a joke.
It's internet. But I had a problem with my stream today. I was trying to stream and record it, and I had OBS turned on, I had Streamlabs turned on, I had the game turned on, I had OBS chatbot on, I had a bunch of stuff on, and out of all of it, it was like using 34% of my CPU's potential, and I'm going, why is it laggy? It was super laggy, and I'm like, it's only using 34% of my CPU. It should be doing this great. I go check my internet, I was down to 15 megabytes. So I was pretty much
50 megs?
Yeah,
What
15
the hell?
megs. I normally have like 200, cause well, I kind of need it. I need 200 for what I do. So yeah, I was like down to 15 megs. I'm like, why can I not play this? I was like wondering like, wow, the entire time, like, why am I not able to record and stream right now? And then like even turn off the recording, but it's still lagging. And I go check my internet, and when my wife checks her side, sure it's like 64. I go check mine, it's 15. I'm like, whoo, that's bad. All they made us do was just unplug and plug it back in, and I'm like, oh, thank you for the help that you did. Thank you, it's such a big help. You jackass. I think
they were gonna tell him to do that, but I had already done it.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure they did something on their side, because there's no way they would be like, yeah, that's gonna work. Just unplug it.
Let me tell you what
it does, and it doesn't.
Let me tell you what we did one time. So we're at work, you know, we're a multi-million-dollar facility, and suddenly all network access dies.
And all eyes go, COVID.
Everybody goes to looking around, and Ricky stands up. He's our network architect, and he looks at me. He says, "It ain't me. I didn't do it. We have nothing coming in."
Corvo, you're
so
next.
I call the local service provider, tell them what business I represent and shit, and they're like, "Well, we can't figure out what's going on. We're looking at it. We can't figure it out." And Ricky looks at me, and I look at Ricky. I said, "Where's your fucking truck?" We got in the truck, drove to their place, got them to let us in, and we fixed their shit, and then went back to work.
My company's so rich they can buy the bank that you rent out or pay for your building.
Pretty much. We walked in there, fixed it, went back to work, and everybody's like, "Woo, they fixed it." Ricky's like, "Yeah, they fixed it, all right."
I gotta keep on working.
Shut up, Ricky.
But yeah, this is what I meant, that I have my own.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. So yeah, that's always so much fun. I guess y'all happy to have y'all little new. I can't say toys. Y'all's new. You're out of frame, by the way. Yeah, remember I told you you went that far. Anyways, so now you come. Anyways, something I kind of wish like y'all were closer, because I need to go to an IKEA. I need to go to an IKEA. But only IKEA's near me It's literally in Atlanta, Georgia.
We
Okay.
don't have an IKEA.
Yeah, we got one. Yeah, we do. We got one, Tally.
Do
Yes. What do you need from IKEA?
I need a new display shelf. And they have some there's like
Okay.
$56, but shipping it from IKEA will cost me over $100.
Wait,
Like 150.
so why can't you just... I was going to ask why can't you make one, but you just explained that earlier.
Yeah, I'm not a very good carpenter.
Send me the link on the shelf you want.
Yeah.
Let me look at it.
What
Okay.
about Lowe's?
Well,
I know Lowe's does after a specific price point, it's free shipping.
I don't think Lowe's has this kind of display. It's pretty much well, I wouldn't say all glass. It might be all glass, but it might be all plexiglass. And it's a light at top, and it goes through all of it, and the entire outer, and even the bedding of it for each layer it's like plexiglass, so light can get through it, and it's much better than these. Let me say that, but we want to get rid of
Okay,
these
so
because
it's like a lighted shadow box type situation.
yeah.
It's all clear, so all the light passes through.
All the light passes right through, and these are made out of that what's that, like plywood with vinyl on top of it.
Yeah, the OSB board.
And my wife is like, I hate these things, and I'm like, I want a display case because I hate cleaning those things, and sometimes if you live around certain dirty people, some pests can get inside of them, and well, that's been wear and tear on these things. I like them, but I much rather have something with a better display. And they're like $56 or $59 at IKEA. But I'm like, oh yeah, ship it to me. Oh yeah, that's way too expensive. I could buy like 2 more of those things for that price. So I can't do that. And Atlanta, Georgia is about 3 hours away from here, and about another 3 hours for y'all. I'm like, well, we can't meet up there.
Well, no, I mean we could be in Atlanta in like 3 hours.
Yeah, let's say like y'all literally would be the same distance almost. Y'all are so close to Florida. I did not know that.
Yeah.
We looked up like where are they at? Holy, no wonder they go to Florida so much. Y'all literally on the border. Like you could probably jump over and you're in Florida.
Yeah, well, I mean when we go to Tallahassee, it's literally 35 minutes from here.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was like, well, we could just go to them, and then like, oh, never mind. The one that's near them is pretty much the same distance, if not a little bit more. Even if we go to them and go to its, would be so far away. Yeah, we have no IKEA near here, and we kind of wish we did because we would probably get some few things from there. IKEA's may not be the best furniture out there, but their display shelves are very much on a cheaper end for me at least. Because
I'm glad you said something because I've never even thought about looking at IKEA for display cases. I wish I had now.
yeah, they're
I might would have me a $50 display case behind me.
they're pretty good. One of my I don't know if you ever been to a Radium or Adam's stream before. I said it before. It's a pretty nice shelf, and he got it from IKEA. So I'm like, oh, where you get that from? IKEA. I'm like, oh shit. I looked at it, and yeah, it's not a bad price.
Yeah, she's got IKEA pulled up, right? Oh, I mean Lowe's. She got Lowe's pulled up, but no, what he's talking about is fully plexi.
Yeah, some of them are like...
But yeah, shoot me the link. Let me look at it.
Oh, I will when I get a chance.
I might be able to find something.
So yeah.
So you got a boost to your PayPal suddenly. What happened there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. And there's something else special in here, by the way.
Okay.
So, Stealthy,
Oh.
keep your eyes for this box. It's coming your way.
How am I supposed to keep an eye on it if it's going to go out of the screen in a few minutes?
You were such a smart ass. I love you. I swear I do.
She's a stickler on words, unless she's not a grammar Nazi.
Nah, I just like fucking with them.
And I'm pretty sure you haven't get to see it, but she might have to see it. That's how far I gotten.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it, but she said that you were working on it. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's actually very calming. I have to say, this stuff is very calming, and it's kind of weird. Like it's like a woo-saw kind of feeling. So I'm having fun with that. I already bought some more of those little beads so I can do more of them and hopefully complete that one. I kind of messed up and ordered a couple, and I didn't know there's a version of these things called minis, and they're like meant for the keychains. And I bought them, and I regret it because they're the wrong size, and they're the colors I need.
Dang.
So that's I've been a lot of doing stuff. Of course, I will be recording when I after this. I will be going and recording more of the sound panels. You found it?
No, but she found something else. Okay.
Are they
Um,
are they cheaper
I've been
than?
looking. I have been looking for different alternatives to firearm storage, and she found some.
Ooh. Well, from I'm assuming from Lowe's.
I think so. What I really want is a safe.
Yeah.
Um, that would cost me probably about $600-700 to get the one I want.
You know, I saw. Okay, this is it was a custom job, but somebody was a really big fan of the Marvel or DC comic. I'm not actually sure of the Punisher. You know what I'm talking about?
Find the right ones and for the right price.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what he was talking about.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
saying-
the custom Marvel.
Yeah, someone did the Punisher themed desk, and they literally like the whole desk was a safe for their guns. And like they push down on it, and it would pop up, and they would go for guns, and they would like turn a certain spot on inside the desk, and another shelf or another drawer would pull over, another gun, and they were unfolding the desk, and the more they unfolded, it was more and more a gun shell or a gun storage that they would have like 8 or 9 guns inside of it. It's actually really cool. I wish I got the video for it. I know you're not big into Punisher, but it's so neat how somebody could take something like that, look like a plain desk, and they just move a few things around and then guns galore. I mean,
Yeah.
Not that into Punisher.
yeah, Punisher is not the theme that I'm not everybody's into, but the idea of it was like if I was a
Well-
thief, I wouldn't know.
There's a reason I did that.
You know. What are you a Punisher? You're a Punisher fanatic? I don't know.
I love the Punisher.
That's why I was laughing.
Well, then I should have got the video for you because that would have been a great video for you. Then again, making one of those. I don't know if you ever saw those Asian mystery boxes before, where you have to like
Yeah.
find a certain little thing and unlock it and then turn another way and unlock it and turn another. It was like that, but just a desk, and the theme was Punisher.
Yep. I back when I was in my teens, helped my grandfather build a room like that. A room
A
like
whole
that.
room that just kept on unfolding.
Yeah, when you walked in, it looked like a normal bedroom until you pressed on this panel. And then there was firearms, and then you press on another panel and there's more firearms, and you keep pressing on panels and there's lots of firearms. Like the whole room
More.
of firearms.
Okay,
The
well,
whole-
that to me is like gun safes are pretty cool. I've seen ones below doors. I've seen one underneath cabinets and underneath behind showers, stuff like that. But I still think the cool ones are always the ones that look like in plain sight. Like they're in plain sight. As long as you know where the plain sight is and you know how to access it, that to me seems so much more enjoyable. And that desk.
Yeah, my grandfather was very good at building just about anything. He was the guy that sat down and said, I can do this and put this here and do this. And if you press on it like this, it'll pop this way. And then you can just slide it and boom, there you are. And you're kind of like, okay, slow that shit down. Back it up. All right. Where do you want the first screw?
So he was very much did he reverse engineer things, or was it just
He wouldn't just reverse engineer it. Like with that room, when you walked in, it legitimately looked like a normal bedroom.
Yeah.
But if you knew where to put your hand on the wall, when you pressed, that piece of the wall would pop out to you, and you could slide it to your left, and there's guns galore.
Man, that stuff is so cool to me, especially those you can get the tolerance of the wall or the connection parts to look so flush that you can't even tell that it's two
Yeah.
pieces.
Yep, and the way he did it was he was always smart. There's always a seam in the wall anyway where panels meet.
Yeah.
So he just used that seam as the pop out point. So when you look at it, you're looking at normal. It looks normal
Until you touched it.
until you touched it and it popped out.
Now, like, as far as I understand, like a lot of that stuff is either with carving or really fine, like Japanese style saws. Did he have like a? Was he a person of like? Did he do like a lot of
He had
carving?
every kind of woodworking tool and metal shaving tool that you can think of. He ran a maintenance department for multiple companies over the years, and at every one of those places, he ended up with specialty tools that he ended up owning.
Like y'all don't need this no more. Good, good. Mine.
That's exactly what happened. Like when he used to work for a company that the plant shut down.
Yeah.
When it shut down, they didn't want any of the tools in the plant anymore. They literally gave away thousands of dollars in every toolbox. They just, if you want this toolbox, come get it. Granddad backed up with a trailer. Okay. So
Oh goodness
half
gracious.
of the tools in the plant went home with him, and then everybody else had to split the rest.
Well, I guess if you put enough time behind
Welcome
it, like you
back.
don't really need this because I'll just because I've already wore this thing down. You just buy a new one. You don't need this no more. Let me just go ahead and just take that from you. Yeah. But speaking of Japan, I had to ask you about a story that you brought up during one of your streams or one of our off conversations. You've actually been to Japan to a sword competition.
It was a martial arts competition for weapons.
Okay, so tell me about this and what was your specialty?
I was a blade expert. I used katanas.
So you were very much the weeb using the katana. You weren't like
Yeah.
some specialty staff. You were the sword. So what got you into this martial arts and what
My father got me into martial arts.
what?
It started out as hand to hand self defense type stuff,
Yeah.
and then it flowed over into weapon specialties. I started out with a staff, but they told me I couldn't do that anymore because I hurt too many people.
So you
So
didn't know tats.
so
Well,
they
you're
gave me
younger,
they gave me a sword.
which is just as good.
Well, the difference was I couldn't move a sword as fast as I could move a staff, and I couldn't spin it the way I spun a staff.
Yeah, but it's a sharp blade with a very sharp tip and a very sharp
Yes,
edge
but
and back.
their endeavor was to slow me down enough they could keep up with me.
Well, apparently it didn't do too much because you eventually made your way over to Japan. Now,
Yes.
how did this occur in how far past your father's passing did you keep this up? And when did you stop? Why did you stop?
I stopped in my later teens. Even when I was angry, I kept up with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was something that one of the few things that I still enjoyed at that point in my life. I got I took taekwondo and a mixture of kung fu as hand to hand self defense,
Yeah.
and then that my father had me taking ninjutsu for weapons training.
Okay, so why do you make you specialize in ninjutsu? Now, like a lot of days with MMA fighters, everybody's trying to practice, grappling and those kind of
Yeah,
like.
because my dad thought grappling was for lack of a better term, a pussy's way out. Um, so I mean, because if I wanted to hug you, I'd hug you. If I want to kick your ass, I want to kick your ass.
Yeah, true. But
So that was his philosophy. And the thing about ninjutsu is it doesn't just teach you like you specialize in a sword, you specialize in a staff, you specialize in this, that, or the other. one of the things that he loved about it is they also teach you how everything can be a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what ninjas did. That was their specialty. Anything could be a weapon to kill your ass at any time.
More concealable, the better too. So
Right. So he wanted me to be prepared for what he called the unexpected. So if you're in a
it's called
class where
life.
they teach you, if they teach you in the class that at any time someone might pick up a chair and use it as a weapon, he wanted me to be able to learn that shit so that when I'm walking around out there and I piss someone off, I'm not looking at him standing by a chair going, "Oh, I guess I made him mad." I'm looking at him going, "He needs to pick that chair up. I'm going to have to punch him in the nutsack."
Okay. So you got into martial arts, and I guess your teacher saw you as like, okay, let's just get into tournaments.
Yeah, I got into tournaments because I had been in hand-to-hand tournaments and did pretty good, but I was really good with weapons.
Mm,
And it started out as a joke. They had like a mini tournament in our class.
yeah.
So we got some kendos out. I beat the shit out of everybody, including the instructor.
Good edge
So then,
alignment.
so then he decided to sign me up for a regional tournament,
Uh huh.
and I took second there. And then he signed me up for a statewide tournament, and it just progressed. And it got to a point where I went to a national tournament and won one of 15 seats on a trip to Japan for a international tournament.
Okay. So did your mom go with you, or did you just a teacher
No,
and you, or what?
no, it was just me and the people that won the seats and our instructors.
Okay. So were you enjoying that? Like, was a pleasure trip, or was that just like, let's just go do this tournament thing and get back home?
I always wanted to go to Japan, so I looked forward to that. But I also was at that point, I was angry still at that point.
Yeah.
So any opportunity to beat the shit out of anybody with anything made me happy.
Now, did you use, like, I know you use specially the sword, but did you wear the face mask, the shoulders, and use the bamboo swords,
So we
or
did kendo, and we did it not with bamboo kendo. We did it old school, last samurai, solid wood stick kendo.
okay, so it was just impact and then like
Yeah,
right.
it hurt like hell if you got hit in a spot that there wasn't armor.
Well, it pretty much like right the joints of it, like someone hits you right there with the tip of it. If you
Right.
got a
And
forward thrust to it.
I ended up losing the tournament because I did something that I probably shouldn't have done. I humiliated the guy that I was fighting,
Because you were mad.
and it in their culture, it's not looked upon nicely. Even though I technically won the fight,
Yeah, but you were
it
like
wasn't
you were the dick
kosher the way.
American. You're the dick American, and the
So
very
what
culture.
happened is
Sorta.
we fought pretty much to a standstill. Me and this guy.
Uh huh.
So when you fight to a standstill, they move away from wooden and they give you live blades, but you're not allowed to impact each other.
So what'd you do? Give him a side swipe
You
with the sword?
use you use forms, and you basically just X amount of inches from the body,
It's kind of hard.
and then
Okay.
the people that were judging it, obviously they were specialists, so they knew what would have been you're dead, your arms off, kind of shit.
Lethal.
Well, the jackass, you can't see the scar now because it's covered up by a tattoo, but right about here,
Yeah.
I have a scar because that jackass stuck me with the tip.
They didn't see no blood,
Oh, it was blood,
and he did
and
no
he
one.
got reprimanded for it, but it pissed me off.
Okay. Well.
And if you
Yeah.
know anything about Japanese culture, it's worse to get your ass beat and then be slapped with the back of the blade, the blunt part of the blade, than
Yep.
it is to get killed.
Yep. I know that. I was just saying. Like,
So
did you
I
smack him?
whipped his ass, and then the final strike, I struck him with the backside of the blade.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an insult.
So I won but I didn't. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
he drew blood. He should have immediately been disqualified. Let me just be just he drew blood. That's his qualification in my
yeah,
books.
but they didn't, and I guess that's kind of one of the reasons that made me angry because I was like, he should have lost instantly
Yeah,
and didn't. So if we're gonna play that, I'm gonna humiliate this bastard in front of everybody.
yeah. Especially if you smack him. Like this is. It's one thing to slash. It's
But
nothing just to
I
say.
did I did get the second place prize, which is a katana made out of 440 stainless steel.
Yeah, okay. I still
It
want to
is
see that,
in
by the way.
it's in my cabinet. When I find my keys, I'll get it out.
Yeah, bring it up next stream. It'd be all right. And yeah, I'd like to see that. But I do want to go. And again, if y'all can get it going, but of course we're waiting for everything to open back up. So whenever that can, that'd be a great trip. And I would love to see. I'd love to see more of it, more of Japan. I watched a video a couple days ago about some places that I'm like, oh, I would like to go there. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go there. It's like, so many places I want to go. That's anyways.
I want to go to the sword farm.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I want to go. There's a
Okay.
bonsai place too that I want to go.
Yeah, the sword farm is awesome because you can literally watch them hammering out swords.
Be so nice.
You should call us on Saturday. Somebody has their shot on Friday.
Fuck you.
Second shot.
Yeah, second shot's Friday.
You haven't got shots here, but I'm like again like driving to Georgia and just going, yeah, I'm from Alabama. Give me my shot.
We got people from Florida driving up here.
Oh, that's bad. Like I thought you're supposed to be like licensed and be state regulated, but whatever. Who cares about your grandma? I need it more.
Well, that's just it. I think they have everybody, which is why they just keep opening it up here.
Then why not like once you're done with Georgia, just send all the rest of the stuff to I don't know, disperse it.
Because I think they send a specific amount,
Yeah.
and you're just waiting for everybody to get what they need.
Oh, so it might not have been statewide yet.
Well, that's just it. It's like everybody in Georgia's like, at least in our town's like, okay, well, it's opened up. I guess we'll go. You know.
Well, at this point, I imagine at least for where you are, a lot of places are opening back up and masks are not being mandated. Probably they still are though. Like I don't really understand that. I'm not gonna try to get into that, but masks. And something else is kind of annoying. People are trying to cancel Mr. Beast now, and people are trying to cancel Genshin Impact, which I'm not happy about that, by the way. Leave that game alone. That's one of I love that game. Game's fun.
Well, why didn't they cancel it?
Okay, you remember those little hilly trogs? Remember the little bad guys, little guy with the dark skins with the little masks on their face and fur around their heads. I don't know how often you pay attention when you play in the game, but they're just little bad guys in the game, little tribal little characters, and there's a certain quest you can do with this one little girl that has been trying to learn their language, and if you go to them. With what she taught you to go talk to them with that language, and if they end up liking you, they end up doing this little dance, right? Little bit of it looks a little bit of a tribal dance, and people are saying it's mocking Native Americans' dances by the way they're dancing. And I'm like,
how? You do realize that if you're gonna go that far, then you might as well say that they're insulting African dances, or let alone Chinese dances, or any other dances, because you don't know exactly where they took their inspiration. They might have taken it from a piece of Chinese, a piece of African, a piece of Native American, just meshed them together to try to make something unique, instead of pulling directly from one source, so that way it doesn't offend anybody, but instead they're just, I don't know, at this point. It's like, what do you expect them to do? You're taking away all creative license.
So
creative
right now
license has to be referenced from somewhere.
So yeah, right now on Twitter it was trending hashtag cancel Genshin Impact, and another one was like hashtag or cancel Mr. Beast. Now people apparently trying to cancel Mr. Beast. I don't know why they're trying to cancel Mr. Beast. The dude has done nothing.
I have no idea what that is either. So
Mr. Beast is one of the largest YouTubers online, and literally every time he does a video, he gives away like thousands of dollars for each video. Dude's done a lot of good things. He's also the one that started the 1 million trees. You know that the plant 1 million trees thing?
yeah,
He started that. That was him.
it's just people wanting to find something.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, I'm getting annoyed with Twitter, and I had to be on there. I'm getting so annoyed with it. It's like,
I mean, if it was the thing is, I understand if it's hey, you feel offended, then pull it out, talk about it. But you won't even bother trying to talk about it. The first instinct is to get rid of it. That makes no sense.
Yep.
Like, there's some things that, yes, it makes sense if it was blatant. This is blatantly racist. This is blatantly sexist. This is blatantly this. This is blatantly that. Human rights. That's one thing. But if it's not blatant, if you have to actually think about it, that's kind of like you're stretching.
Yeah, they're stretching a lot of things, so I'm not very happy with it, but a lot of people are laughing about it, so internet's going crazy, so like I said, be careful what there is online, but we're going to call it there. I can't think of anything else. Can you think of any other conversation we're going to have? I know we're going to talk about your 3D printing, but your 3D printing is going great. I hope we'll have buying, I'll be getting my repairing of my printer soon.
You're going to print for the other movie?
Yeah, I did. I told him that's why I have these right here. I was fixing to, I'm going to shoot him something in a minute.
Yeah. So I'm going to be working on my 3D printers within the week, so I might be calling you up and have you at least, if not, give me some mental support, but maybe some ideas of what I can do.
Like I said, when you get ready to fix the bed problem,
yeah.
If you've got your soldering gun and your solder, just call me. I'll walk you through it. We'll do a video call if you want to.
Yeah. So that will have to get done sometime this week, so we can at least get one of the printers up and going, and then the other printer I need to buy a bed level sensor, because I think that's why it's not working, because it's trying to bed level sensor, but there's no bed level sensor on it. So it's like we can't go no further unless you have this. So yeah, I think that's the reason why it's not working. But anyways, I'm going to call it there. Thank you for all for coming this evening. I will be doing a makeup stream tomorrow, since today's stream on Twitch was not going well. It was just laggy. Hopefully everything will go good tomorrow, so I can get some recording. But as always, Stealthy Elf Jade on Twitch. Be sure to go over there. If you go check her out, go give her a follow whenever she goes live next. Corvo's information is below his thing on Twitter and on Instagram and on Twitch. So go there. Of course, mine is down below. Go that thing. I will say one thing though: if you haven't already hit the follow button by now, please hit the follow button and leave a comment below. For those who not know, leave a comment during the actual VOD, not during the stream. Chats can say something during the stream, that's fine, but it helps where there's more interaction with this video, the more likely new people will see this. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down in the actual end of the video. If you're watching the rerun or they're watching the video on my channel, that's what I'm talking about. Leave a comment down below. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life. Much love, y'all, and bye.
Bye.
Boy.